Hello and thanks for the click. I'm Pete, and today we are looking at this, the Tamiya Dynahead 6x6. This is the third release on the G601 platform. This is the first one to get the TR designation though, which means it's got these portal axles. You may recall the KONGHEAD was the first G601. That's kind of a hauler style truck. Then we have the King Yellow, which is a school bus on the same platform. This one, probably designed by PDC Design Works according to the box, is more of a futuristic vibe. It's got kind of a Arc 2 meets Landmaster from Damnation Alley, meets Jawa Sandcrawler, meets the APC from Aliens kind of thing going on, which should make it pretty fun to paint and decal up. And in general, it should be a fun model to assemble. Tamiya kits always are a good time on the bench. If you ever built a kit, a Tamiya model is definitely a great way to go, and I encourage it. It's a lot of fun to build a model from the raw parts inside the box. Lots of pop-ups you can add to this guy if you are so inclined, and you can also assemble this with four-wheel steering per the box. You want to get some extra parts, an additional servo, you can have four-wheel steering where the front and rear wheels will steer, and the center set of wheels will, of course, stay fixed. But we'll do a unboxing video, and then we'll do a kit build as well, and this should be a lot of fun. So, Tamiya Dynahead 6x6 G601 TR platform with the portal axles. Let's get in here and take a look. Okay, so here we are inside the G601 TR box. This will never look like this again once you take all these parts out. Tamiya does a pretty amazing job of packing all this stuff in there. Somebody at Tamiya, it's their job to figure out how to put the stuff inside the box, and they always do a good job. Okay, first thing that jumps out is these red parts. These should be for the portal axles. I'm going to go ahead and open these bags along the way so we can get a good look at this stuff. And Tamiya keeps all the parts on the trees like a plastic model kit. What you're going to want to do is get a nice set of flush cutters to snip these parts off the tree. You can break them off, which I don't recommend because it leaves a big nub on the part, or you might take off a chunk of the part itself. And you can use diagonal cutters, but those also will leave a little bit of extra plastic that you may need to trim off with a hobby knife to get it to fit properly. So flush cutters are a great addition to your toolkit if you're going to build kits. And even models that aren't kits might have parts on trees where flush cutters come in handy. But these are the portal housings. As usual, Tamiya's molding is very crisp and finely done. Parts have a gloss to them, which is kind of a Tamiya hallmark. Many other RC car makers will etch the mold so it has more of a matte finish, but Tamiya leaves the parts shiny. A very vibrant red. We get 4 individual trees for the portals. Here's our wheels. 6 of these, of course, in black. Kind of a nice twist spoke pattern, really high gloss finish. These are a standard 12mm hex, if you can see that in there. Looks like a single rib to brace each spoke. And these are pretty firm. The ABS is pretty rigid. I wouldn't be worried if they were not rigid, but just a point of fact, by the squeeze test, they're pretty stiff. And we get 6 of those. This is the battery hold down. Looks like we've got some servo linkage parts as well for the steering. All of our hex hubs are on here. Here we've got steering knuckles. These look like non-steering uprights. So these will be on the middle and rear sets of wheels, I'm guessing, but we'll see. And we've got C-hubs for the steerable front suspension. Two of those parts trees. We have 2 of these in one package. This is bumpers, part of the battery hold down, body posts, and the suspension arms, which are short in two pieces. You can see these will clamshell together to form a suspension arm. And these, I'm guessing, are going to be our upper links. I'm going to go ahead and move this box out of the way a little bit so you can see these parts more clearly over a blank surface. And here are the chassis halves. These are very impressive moldings. You see that there. But Tamiya does a fantastic job of molding up these big plastic parts. And basically the chassis on this model is one giant gearbox. These halves go together. And it's just gears from end to end when you've got the truck assembled. Just straight up gears. Front differential, center differential, rear differential. I may have that backwards, but you get the idea. And it's just gears from bumper to bumper. Here are the tires. As usual for Tamiya, these are firmish, but not too firm, not like a hard vinyl. These do have some softness to them, so they should get some pretty good grip. Kind of a street off-road hybrid tread. We'll see how those go. And of course, we get 6 of those. Gears, gears, gears. Lots of gears in this model. This is the bag of parts bags. We got a traditional Mabuchi 540 motor. Or it could be a Johnson, same thing. This has powered countless numbers of Tamiya models and RC models in general from various brands. So our A bag, looks like we've got differential internals in there, bits of hardware. B bag appears to have lots of hardware, also the internals for the portal axles. C bag, we got a bunch of springs, shock parts, I imagine, friction shocks on this truck. We've got a mix of bearings and plastic bushings, rod ends, and another bit of hardware. Some more gears, body posts. And here is that body, which according to the box was designed out of house, not a internally done body design for Tamiya, but certainly manufactured by Tamiya, very well vacuum formed. I'm sure this was probably a nice break for the guys to do the body mold sculpting with all these nice flat surfaces. And there is a full set of decals to dress it up just like the box. Got window masks in there too. Naturally, we have a instruction manual. Tamiya kit's always very easy to assemble. Just follow the steps and you should have no trouble getting things together. Here's a good shot of that chassis. You can see how it's just gears from end to end. Really a unique truck. Separate instruction sheet for the body. That gives you all the trimming and painting details. As well as the decal placements. And the body post configuration to make it fit right. And so we've got a separate online bit of instruction for four-wheel steering if you want to go that route. And that's just about it for the Dynahead 6x6. Latest six-wheeler from Tamiya. And now that I've torn into the box, we can get our build video going.